So, da sind wir auch schon wieder zurück mit Trails into Reverie. Nachdem wir Reens Route in Akt 3 jetzt abgeschlossen haben und wirklich einfach komplett durchgegangen sind. Ja, keine Interruption. Wollen wir als nächstes weitermachen und ich würde sagen, machen wir auf Leute umziehen. Ja, schauen wir mal, Leute. Sie war immer die finde ich bisher immer am interessantesten. Deswegen, gehen wir uns fürs Letzte rauf. Gehen wir die Leute rein. Marstein Teams and stuff on Crossbow. Das Remedical College. Jetzt sind wir doch schon wieder zurück.
黒の英雄の気配はなさそうだな。このまま上陸しよう。やあ。
Trident. Yeah, I didn't realize it would take so long. When the fence forest doesn't seem all that interested in surveillance outside of the city. Rufus must be feeling pretty cocky if you ask me. I thought they might retaliate against America after the last run-in, but that never happened either. I don't know how to feel about that. It's like he doesn't even see us as a threat. But I guess we shouldn't look a gift horse in the mouth, that all confidence will be his undoing. Was that right, Kia? Yep, he won't know what hit him. But I'm still kinda worried about Richie. Yeah, so am I. Yesterday, America after the ancient battlefield.
ごめんね、リーシャ。私、どうしてあんなリーシャたちを引き渡そうなんて。いいの。サンさんは悪くないわ。私の方こそごめんね。私気づけなかった。サンさんにあそこまで心配させてたこと。イリアさんがいつの間にかあんな風になってしまったことも。リーシャ。
ワジ、サイド、ワルドに、それからスカーレットさんでしたが、改めて危ないところをありがとう。本当に助かったよ。
間に合うかは賭けだったけどね。潜伏して黒の英士を探っていたところでサイトが危機を知らせてくれたんだ。
Danke der Zeit.
そうだったのね。ワジ君たちも無事でよかった。サイトもありがとね。それから本当に久しぶり。
Oh.
解放作戦でも結局会わずじまいだったからな。
そうだよ。サイトってばすぐにどこかに行っちゃうんだもん。
Schon sehr interessant, dass der Zeit uns dann ja auch noch gleich dann später dann noch Nordhighlands schnell retten wird.
あれからティオとずっと待ってたんだからね。
すまぬ。聖獣としての一戦もあってな。ロイドたちも含めて背が伸びたな。人の子の成長というのは早いものだ。
中身の方も少しは成長できてたらいいんだが。
私もまた会えて嬉しいわ。改めてお帰りなさい、サイト君。
Den stimme ich zu. Zeit haben wir schon so lange nicht mehr gesehen. Es ist so schön, dass du wieder da bist.
ああ、ただいまだ。
I've heard plenty about a holy beast in the scriptures. Funny to think I would be in the presence of one so soon after returning to the church. I should have seen the congregation for divine worship faces when we first reported to them about sight. Can you blame them for losing their shit? Who ever heard of a holy beast moonlighting as a police dog? Fair point. So I guess he can do whatever he wants for the most part. Sounds like his contract doesn't apply anymore. I think that is nearly as weird as hearing you talk about church stuff, Walt. Yeah, I'm stirring my head around it. Can it? Yeah, I'd better get used to it. Alright, enough of the funny talk. You folks ready to get down to business? Based on the info they found, it sounds like you guys already know where you're headed. Yeah, the Rheinford military factory to the west. You said the Urban Defense Force has been frequenting it the last few days, right? Sure have. It's most likely where the Saucer darts are being manufactured. That makes sense. I've been wondering how they were able to bring so many to cross the borders without anyone noticing. I don't think the Imperial government or Rheinford group would have ever allowed so many to be smuggled. Right, so if you can consider that they were being manufactured from within Crossbow the entire time... then the dots point to this mysterious factory the ADF is connected to. That was one of the places where soldiers and marches were being manufactured before the war. Everyone was convinced that the back workshop tag was gone for good, though. I know how Arborea and this man got their hands on it. And worse, it looks like they made some improvements too. We'll likely be crossing paths with those soldiers from here on out, so that's bad news. The mask Gideon was wearing also looked like workshop tag too. Schuhe sind sehr ähnlich. And now they're using it to alter her personality, if not outright control her. I'd like to ask the force graduates what they know about how those masks work. Could be a good idea, but let's make our top priority searching that factory and find information on the soldiers. Something tells me we'll be able to fill in a few blanks on what's going on here and why Rufus Arborea is staging his occupation. Fortunately, getting there is going to be easier said than done. The factory is to the west of Crossbow City, while we're in the northeast. The only way I know how to get to the west side of the state from here is through the city. Yeah, and that's not exactly an option with the EDF quartering all over the place. I'm guessing we can't just hitch a ride on our curb either, huh? I wish we brought it with us, and it should be safe if the other Scry is guarding it, but they're using more advanced anti-air radar than the Crossbow Defense Force was back in the day. I can even see through active camouflage, and they've got them set up at all the key locations. Flying is a no-go. Shocking how well equipped they are. The hell? Even the Imperial Army doesn't have toys that good. I guess that's where the Black Workshop factor comes into play again. In that case, I think a smart play is to make our way to St. Ursula. How are you going to reach St. Ursula from here? It just so happens I got my hands on an oval boat before things hit the fan. We should be able to use it to cross Lake Elm and reach St. Ursula on the other side. We would still be a ways away from reaching the factory from there, but I'm not seeing any better options. Yeah, let's take what we can get. It's a lot closer to the military factory than we are now, and we can find a route to it from there. Here you go with this. Thanks for the idea, Lecter. Of course, I said then. I leave this land's crisis in your hands for the time being. Or does that mean you're gonna leave us again? I'm afraid so. There's something else I wish to take care of. But fear not, I too am a part of the SSS, so it is only a matter of time before we meet again. You already do that. Take care, side. Yeah, I miss you, but let's see each other again soon. Yeah, that we shall. Actually, I was thinking of staying here. I want to help look after my grandfather, and if the EDF does come to the village, I'll take responsibility and negotiate. You could have used your support, but you do make a good point. I read about how things are at the hospital, so I'm tempted to come with. That said, I think my services are needed more here at the moment. At the very least, I want Speaker McDowell to make a full recovery first. Thank you, says here. I really appreciate that. I was also leaning towards staying here and hitting up my connections. Besides, a large group isn't going to be able to sneak into the factory, and that's if we even manage to fit us all on the boat. It makes sense for some of us to stay behind and protect the village as we gather info. You sure, Ishio? It makes sense. You waited her attack for the most part, but when you're still injured.
少しだけ時間が欲しいんです。イリアさんやサンさんのことにもきちんと向き合うためにも。
That's perfectly fine. If that's a decision, then respect it. That's right, I'm sure you'll be able to find your way forward, and I'll be happy to have your help here in the meantime. A lot of people are staying here, so that means I have to go with Lloyd. Is this coming from Kia? It's going to be a dangerous mission, you understand that, don't you? Of course, the factory is really far away, and there's no telling what's going to be there waiting for us. That's why I want to help give info for us, and I can back you up with my order like I always do. It makes a lot more sense for me to go than it does to stay here, if you ask me. Well, give her some credit, she makes a good point. And I'll be tagging along too. That should make the operation a lot safer overall. My stigma should prove useful in a pinch. I don't think it will be too dangerous for her. Alright. Should be glad there are 2 other people willing to go, so I'd be happy to have you both. Counting on you, Ashi, and you too, Kia. I'm glad to see you take your own advice when it comes to us trusting her a little more. Make sure to back Lloyd up if I think you've got Kia. You bet I will. Adam, your odds of success are rising by the minute, aren't they? May you all ever keep your chins up and your eyes facing forward. Sounds already optimistic to me. But even in the future, easily beats standing still. Sign me up for the sunshine you're pumping. Seriously though, you should give some force to that to what your old cellmate said after our fight yesterday too. He might help you sort things out. Call it, Ange. Good luck with your little factory tour, Bannings. May the goddess be with you.
せいぜい無駄なあがきをするんだな。見失った今のお前らなんざ何の障害にもならねえだろうが。
Aber wirklich unseren Weg verloren. What's our way? What was that supposed to mean? Was he referring to the loss we suffered to Rivers back at the signing ceremony? Or something even before then? I don't think we need to worry about Amorica before and Scarlet staying there. Let's just focus on what we need to do here. Exactly, we gotta do our part while everyone else is working to help us. You've got me there. So, Lloyd's Route Act 3, Illusions Shattered. Yeah, sure. Our first goal is finding a route to the factory. We can start by seeing how things are here and hopefully give us some information. I'm willing to bet a lot of people from the city fled here too. You might come across a familiar face or two among them. Oh yeah, maybe. Alright, let's get started. Dann let's go into the Lake Inn first, um ein bisschen was zu kaufen. Theoretisch kann man sich nämlich da wieder eine Recipe gönnen. Und books. Lots of books. So. Dann gehen wir schon mal zum Roof. Jetzt sehen wir schon. Theo und Jonah. Thank you for all of your help. We don't have much to offer in return, but there are some snacks. I hope you enjoy them.
いいんですかありがとうございます。
いやー、医療機器のトラブルなんて初めて対応したけど。
だがうまくいってよかったよ。お疲れだ、二人とも。
That's alright. I don't know what we would have done without you. You wouldn't have escaped if it weren't for you. You'd likely be brainwashed by the Supreme Leader like all the others. Just what happened to all of them.
すみませんでした。本当に。そもそも私たちが式典を守れてさえいれば、私たちにもっと力があれば。
おい、ティオ。
ティオ君。
No, this isn't your fault. That's right, no one is blaming you for what happened. Being back, I don't know what more you could have been expected to do. Oh, right, it's Theo. Thought she might come here. Thank goodness she's alright. It looks like they're talking to evacuees from the city. Hold on just a minute. Yeah, things were doomed from the start. Finally dawned on me too. I don't know why we ever thought we could be truly independent. It's hopeless.
はあ、いきなり何を言って。
It's obvious, isn't it? Supreme Leader never would have occupied us again if he had just obeyed the Empire like we used to. He wouldn't have to be afraid of the Avan Defense Force had we not dreamed of independence. When you think about it, everything was better when we were an Imperial province. Even the economy was booming. Why give all of that up? Why would you ever want to be independent?
おいおい、本当にどうしちまったんだ。
そうです。そこまで悲観することは。
Supreme Leader and the Avan Defense Force aren't all we have to worry about either. There's also those huge machines. We even have the old residents begging, everyone in the city is enthralled by them. There isn't a shred of hope things are going to get better anymore.
そんなことはありません。クロスベルにはロイドさんたちが、他の協力者だってたくさんいます。支援課に警察、警備隊だけじゃない。外の人たちもきっと動いてくれているはず。こんなことは長く続きません。いいえ、絶対に私たちが終わらせてみせます。
ティオ。
ティオ君。
You used to have hope too, thanks to you. Or at least before we did. It was the mafia or the cult, or even when our own mayor became a dictator, we kept on believing. Not even pure obligation or the war made us lose hope. But in the end, it was all for nothing. The signing ceremony made us realize that what we had was never hope to begin with. It was just illusion, and it made it even more painful once we accepted the truth. Again and again and again and again. Over and over and over and over.
存在しない希望。
でも、それでも私たちは。
Stop. Please just stop. Can't see we're just so tired of all this. Besides, they've got no right to talk to us about ending our suffering. If we hadn't arrested Resident Korra, then we would have already had everything we ever wanted.
俺たちがやってきたこと。
やれやれ、揃いも揃って何を言ってるんだか。
And
ロイド
you.
さん、キーヤにワジさんまで。
無事だったのかよ。
当事者の一人として一つだけ指摘させてもらうよ。2年前の大統領の逮捕劇にどうしても何もない。罪を犯した大統領を叱るべき立場にある彼らが法にのっとった上で職務を全うした。ただそれだけのことさ。
Yeah, but what about Crossbill? They had a responsibility to do what was best for us.
責任？一体何のだい？正義の味方として？独立の象徴として？それとも英雄としてとでも言うつもりかい？本来あくまで特務支援課は警察の一部署でしかなかったはずだ。君たちはどこまで支援課に幻想を抱き続けるつもりなんだい
？Known for
まあそれほどまでこの2年間は長かったってことでもあるんだろう。帝国という巨大すぎる存在を前になす術もなく、誇りが踏みにじられるのを見ていることしかできず、いつしかそんな救世主じみた存在を求めるようになったとしても、でも個人的にはそんなクロスベルの姿なんて見たくなかったな。ロイドたちやバルドたちとかけがえのないものを手に入れて、いつしかこの地を本物の故郷以上に愛せるようになった一人としてはね。
ワジ。
ロイドたちがそれを選んだのは、ある一人の女の子を助けるためだったと思う。それでクロスベルが帝国に飲み込まれて、女の子は少しも考えなかったわけじゃないんだ。自分さえいなければこんなことにならなかったんじゃって。キーヤ。でもね、あの時ロイドたちがそれを選べたのはその女の子のためだけじゃなかったはずだよ。今まで何度も苦難を乗り越えてきたクロスベルの強さを知ってたから。
Sort of should have cut him right away.
それを選ばなかったとしたらもうクロスベルじゃいられないから。助けられた女の子も含めてクロスベルのみんななら乗り越えられるって信じられたからだと思うんだ。
そうか。俺たちは
キーヤはそれに応えたい。精一杯キーヤにできることで。何も持っていなかったキーヤにいっぱい大切なものをくれて、キーヤをキーヤにしてくれたロイドたちやクロスベルのみんなのために、みんなにだってきっとできることがあるはずだよ。キーヤにそんな強さを教えてくれたクロスベルのみんななら。
Path forward. Maybe she's right. It could be too soon to be giving up hope. It's true, we've been through a lot of hard times before, but those experiences are what made us who we are today. Yeah, you're right. It's part of what makes crossbill what it is. Maybe we are stronger than we give ourselves credit for.
オーラが
It looks like we are the ones who should be apologizing after all. There's no way to talk about people who've done so much for us. Not after you've put so much on the line to protect Crossbill. Yeah, and somewhere along the line we started taking that for granted. Still don't know what exactly I can do to make a difference. But the least I can do is look for a way to move forward just like you all have. That's right, we have to hold out hope.
皆さん
Anyway, we should be grateful that you all made it out of the city safely. I hope you keep up the good fight, SSS. We keep cheering you on.
俺たちがやることは変わりません。一歩ずつ前に進んでいくだけでしょう。ですが、それだけじゃまだ足りません。皆さん一人一人の力が必要です。大切なものを取り戻すためには。どうかそれぞれ考えてみてください。この苦難の中で自分に何ができるのかを。俺たち特務支援課も精一杯それをお手伝いしますから。
The SSS and their allies then bid farewell to the citizens and left the rooftop. Back inside, the familiar nurse agreed to let him use the nurse's station to talk and decide what to do next. No.
ティオ、遅くなってごめん。無事でいてくれてよかった。
いいえ、ロイドさんの方こそ。あの状況であんな怪我をしてよく無事で。
ありがとな。ヨナたちと頑張ってくれていて。心配をかけてしまって本当にすまなかった。
本当です。あんな無茶をして。でもロイドさんならきっと戻ってきてくれると思っていました。ロイドさん、改めてお帰りです。
ああ、ただいま。
思わぬ収穫だったかな。
Roberts, Alter. Jedes Mal, wenn es um Theo geht.
ああ、もうあんたはいい加減泣きやめよな。
So headed for the Rheinford military factory to the west. I had a feeling that might be it. You did? So that must be what you three have been doing here then. Precisely, the Chief, Jonah and I have been looking into some suspicious information surrounding the factory. Not to mention I spotted a certain sketchy professor, Mr. Chaos, of everyone fleeing the city. Ah, Norades. You mean that slime ball that supported the illegitimate regime from 3 years ago? Ouroboros' 6th Angeries, Professor F. Novartis, the head of the 13 factories. I had a feeling the society was involved. Specialty is applied science, right? He's the one in charge of all their crazy, powerful tech. Yeah, in addition to being the engineer who completed the first generation ions. His involvement could explain that new Zaubersoldat model and that strange mask. That's why we've had our attention placed on the military factory. Good thinking, it's looking more and more likely that we uncovered something to help our investigation there. Have you three found an infiltration route? Just so happens we have. Jonah looked into it. There was a cargo line while the factory is still under construction before the war. It feeds directly into the underground railways that connect to St. Ursula. Well, that's convenient. It was too good to be true, but I trust it if Tio is the source. We should head there right away. There's no time to waste. The sooner we uncover what's really happening, the better. And the church isn't going to look the other way if it turns out the society is the one orchestrating this incident. There's no telling the extent of that Erebonia fellow's plans, but it's high time we shed some light on what's really going on. I'm sure we'll get to the bottom of it if you all work together. Just try not to get caught, will you? Don't let all that hard work we did go to waste. Don't worry, we'll be careful. And thanks, Jonah. I really owe you one for helping Tyr out. Save it, Vanix. Like I did that much. So I guess it's good to see you back on your feet. You're the same obnoxious brat you ever were, huh? It's part of Jonah's charm. Knock it off already. Well then, we will leave investigating that factory up to the 4 of you. Jonah and I will continue gathering as much info here as we can. Can reach the underground railway platform from the 1st floor lobby. Got it, thanks. Here we going now, Chief. Look after yourself. Same to you too. Gut. Burning out enhanced. Dann gehen wir noch kurz vorher zum First Floor, bevor wir dann zu der Line gehen. Du nämlich noch was uns abholen.
地下のホームにはこのロビーから降りられます。向こうに扉があるね。行ってみよう。
So, du gibst mir schon ein paar Items. Sehr schön. Und dann gehen wir gleich zur Underground Freight Line. Ich mache noch mal eine kurze, etwas längere Pause, denn kommt gerade noch was an, wo ich mir kurz mich drum kümmern muss. Ich schätze mal so 10, 15 Minuten höchstens, dann bin ich wieder da. Entsprechend bis gleich. So. Da bin ich auch schon mal wieder. Eine Viertelstunde war gut geschätzt.
よし
So. Dann können wir jetzt mal uns gieren. Du hast schon abgekauft gehabt, ne? Genau. Ach, du auch. Stimmt. Das heißt, du warst aber auch schon... Ah, okay, ja, und ich noch nicht gemacht. Cover EP ist eigentlich ganz gut. Magic Absorb ist gut. Ich klaue mir mal den von BSC. So. Und den mal von Elise. Und dann noch eins Touch mit. So. Dann Förderelemente Courage. Da was aber eigentlich ganz nice to have ist. Dann mit Nova. Und das nehmen wir noch mit der Courage-technisch. Das ist einfach Calvard actually nice to have, so. Gut. Du hast Calvard in der Aktive. Und Brave und Geosophia. Ja, das passt. Ja, schön. Okay, Tio ist schon gemaxt. Ansonsten sind wir die zwei da vorne. Gut. Dann habe ich jetzt meine Unit und achso, ich habe noch gar nicht mal als Evade Tank gebastelt, ne? Ich brauche einen Evade Tank. Kriegst du mal einen Smellers Jam und einen Dazzling Zeus Jam, würde ich mal sagen. Und das kann mir noch Interessantes mitgeben. Das ist eigentlich an sich nicht so, ne? Also eigentlich müssen wir ja dafür ausgelegt, dass man nicht so richtig tiefes Bild macht, aber ich will gerade einfach ein bisschen als über den Tank haben, weil er halt einfach vorne stehen wird die ganze Zeit. Ich kann aber noch einen Rage mitgeben. True Rage. Dann brauchen wir nur noch ein bisschen Evasive Equipment. Und dann haben wir das. Ja, dass es ein bisschen mehr Evasion gibt als ein bisschen den Nummern. Ich habe 4 Evergreens. Wo liegt der andere drauf? Ja, ich glaube, es ist erstmal Kurt. So. Jetzt haben wir noch einen Brand Stat Down und ein Brand Amen, wäre eigentlich schon schön. Und ich kann ja auch einfach nur eine Grail Locket geben. So, und dann kommen wir zur Underground Freight Line. It's my first time seeing the new subway line they built. It's really eerie hearing how deathly silent it is down here. Yeah, all the trains were stopped after the city was occupied, right? Yeah, we don't need to worry about the tracks being active. We should eventually reach where the freight and passenger lines split if we follow the line to the north. Let's make it our first destination. Walking on train lines like this always makes my heart race. Definitely, we had to do this more than a few times over the last couple of years. True. Sehr true. Alright, let's get going. Haben wir mal... Ich will eigentlich mal gucken, wie es mit meinen Slots aussieht. Ich kann das theoretisch auch eigentlich mal im Reverie Corridor irgendwann mal machen, dass ich alles mal ordentlich slotte. Ah. Speak of the devil. Strength and core. Modified weapons. Okay, hier sind sie schon wenigstens alle gemacht. Course Customization. Kann man hier sowas kaufen? Hm. Also ja, nee. Wir haben gerade Soulbreaker equipped. Also jetzt schon ihr Max oder Mystery. Jetzt ein 7 ist gut. Material Vector wäre fertig. Und Leute hat schon seinen Breath Jacket fertig. Okay. So. Vielleicht kann er doch einen Media Might kriegen. Why not? Stimmt, hier waren noch irgendwie diesen ganzen Ob-Sachen. Da war was. Ich habe nicht mehr im Kopf, was man noch alles machen konnte, to be honest. Also an Character Specific Gear. Punk. Dim, 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 dim. Game lauter. Also so. Wir gucken, dass ich auch alles schon mal gescannt habe, aber ansonsten ist es eigentlich nur durchrennen. Zero Order, Summon, Zero Smile. Testament Cross, Reflect, Toughens, Shape Smile an. Hey, das ist wieder mit dem Hier. Das ist mit dem Hier connected. Ich will kurz mal reingucken. Status. Ja, mir war ich ja schon in 3D-Bilder noch groß. Ja, okay, das ist auch einfach Kai area, restore alles HP and CP based on damage there. Diese Skills sind halt broken. Literally. Ready to the junction? If we kept going straight, we'd eventually reach the city. Yeah, but as we know, the EDF doesn't have the direction heavily guarded. I wouldn't risk it. Yeah, no need to rush. I'm sure we'll make it back to the city eventually. Yeah, it's only a matter of time before we give our friends and teach the so-called Supreme Leader a lesson. What stands between us and our home and gets away with it? That's the spirit.
Kia, Waji. さっきはありがとうな。
一体何の話だい？
分かってるだろ。病院での屋上でのことさ。
No, das was ja nice.
おかげでようやく気づけた気がするんだ。市民たちだけじゃない。俺たち自身が見失っていたこと。クロスベルが自治州じゃなくなったあの日、俺たちには目標ができた。絶対にもう一度クロスベルの独立を成し遂げてみせるって。でもそれは愛国心だとか誇りを守るだとか、そんなかっこいい理由じゃなかったはずだ。あの時独立国を否定してクロスベルが帝国に飲み込まれることになって、それをどこかで気に病みながらも一生懸命俺たちを支えてくれた一人の女の子、そして俺たちの決断に付き合わせる形で苦難の道をたどることになったそんな彼女が、みんなが何の憂いもなくまた笑顔で過ごせるクロスベルにしたい。そんなささやかな願いだけだったんだ。
Mhm.
ロイド。
Ich meine, zwischenzeitlich man hat schon ein bisschen gemerkt, dass sich die SSS ja als die, ne, sich selber als die Helden gesehen haben, die es unbedingt machen müssen, ne?
私やエリーさん、ランディさんたちも同じです。でも私たちはそれをいつの間にか忘れてしまったんですね。多くの人たちの期待を背負って戦ううちに、再独立そのものが使命であるかのように。
そして自分たちでも知らず知らずのうちに独立の象徴だろうと、クロスベルの英雄だろうとしてしまった。
Mhm.
人々がわずかにでもずっと抱えていた絶望感や不信感からも目をそらして、それが市民たちが新総統を受け入れてしまう隙間となったんだろう。だけど俺たちはもう忘れない。俺たち特務支援課の支援のあり方を、目の前の問題を一つ一つ地道に解決して、市民たちをただ支えるんじゃなく、寄り添い支え合っていく。それが俺たちの足場で強さだったこと。
ああ、それこそが僕が惚れ込んだ君たちさ。そしてきっと今回の事件でも同じだろう。
True.
これまで乗り越えた事件の陰に多くの人々の支えがあったようにね。
キーヤも全力で支えるから。ロイドたちの仲間の一人として、キーヤ・バニングスとして。
Aww.
ゼロからの出発ですね。
ああ、そして奪われたものを絶対に取り戻そう。特務支援課としてみんなと力を合わせてこの事件の真実をつかみ取ることで。
あれ、これって何か音が聞こえますね。
Die wurde angegriffen.
これは
まさか銃声なのか。
それにこの駆動音は。
あの人たちは。
止まれ反乱分子が。諦めて投降するがいい。
大丈夫かティータ。
はい。でもこのままじゃ。二人とも伏せてください。
仲間がいたのか。で、お前らは。
支援家の皆さん、どうしてこんなところに。
話は後だ。一緒に迎撃するぞ。
Es gibt eine Beating. Use hard model Helmord.
こんなところで支援家どもを見つけるとは。相当閣下にあだなす愚か者ども。このヘルモードで蹂躙してくれる。
ヘルモード。それが新型の名前ですか。
やれやれ。まさかここで相手をするなんてね。だけど
ああ、引くわけにはいかない。全力で行くぞみんな。
キーヤも頑張る。オーダーは任せてね。了解です。標的です。警戒してください。
So. Someone has Crimson Break. Ooh. Best Force. Crimson Break erstmal.
クリムゾンブレイク。今だティオ、行くぞ。
お待ちください。はい。
Achso, ihr wurde auch alle gescannt? Ja.
アークス駆動、私の番ですね。ごめんなさい。チャンスです。
もらった。俺の番だな。そこだ。今だ。
続きます。
そこだ。崩した。
続きます。それ。行きます。
よし。今だ。
続きます。私の番です。
Und nochmal das Genesis draufhauen.
よし。崩した。ティオ、行くぞ。
オッケー。それ。私の番です。ドライブ開始。私の番です。チャンスです。
もらった。
Oh. Einfach easy weggebongt.
アガットさん、これからも見ていてくださいね。
改めて約束したからな。
Geht.
心配すんな。よし、やったぞ。
Ooh, take a charge.
まあ
It's coming happening. How did this qualified forklift manage to overcome the latest Zaubersoldat? I mean, let's report this to the Supreme Leader at once. Managed to take it down. I didn't doubt that he would. Good work, everyone. For you gunners, when you were chasing us back there. Yeah, you guys won. Thanks for saving our bacon. I doubt we could have taken out that solar thing without you. Don't mention it. I'm glad we could count on Teeter and the Obel gear. Here's hoping it will be smooth sailing from here. Look at the awesome team you're assembling. I'm sure everything will work out at this rate. Yeah, you guys look like you're in good spirits. I'm so glad you're alright. So what are the two of you doing down here in the first place, Teeter? Came running from the direction of the city. Well, the thing is, maybe it's fate ran into you guys now of all times. You haven't seen Erica around, have you? Professor Russell? No, something happened to her. You were in the ABC building when the city was occupied. A bunch of the black uniformed soldiers stormed the building and demanded that my mom go with them. The next thing you knew, she was shoving us in an elevator leading underground.
Oi, ふざけてる場合か。あんな野郎ども、俺がぶちのめしてやる。
あの数に得体の知れない新型機体、いくらなんでも無理ね、あなた一人じゃ。依頼よ、アガットクロスナー。死んでもティータを守りなさい。いいわね。
おい、エリカ！
So that's what happened. I'm surprised Professor Russell put your safety first, although... Yeah, she's as stubborn as a mule, but it's my fault she did that. I never should have allowed us to end up in this situation to begin with. It's on me. You'd have to blame yourself, Agade. I guess that means I stay on your shore. I haven't been with you guys, huh? I'm afraid not. We haven't been able to get in touch with them since the city was occupied. Something must be jamming communications. Hope they're alright. Stay on your shore, both season bracers. I trust they will be alright. I'm more worried about your mother. I don't doubt that she's pretty tough for a researcher, but these are trained soldiers we are dealing with. I think it's safe to assume that she is still in the EDF's custody at least. But it doesn't answer why they wanted your mom to begin with. I don't know either. These soldiers said something about someone needing helpers, but that's all we know. We managed to access one of the underground computers after that. That's how we learned that she was taken to the Rainford military factory. With suspicions on who this someone could be, which means I also have a really bad feeling about this. So do I. Only one name comes to mind based on information we have thus far. You cross the bridge when it comes to it. This is a good regress at the end of the day. The job's not done until it's reported in and the client gives the reward. I'm dragging Erica out of there so I can get paid, whether she likes it or not. Save her for sure. Sounds like we're headed to the same place then. You can count on us for support. The more the merrier. Thanks everyone, we really appreciate it. Should at least be able to lend a hand when it comes to things like information gathering and technology. Now tell yourself, I'm sure you'll be a great help. I'm not gonna lie, running into you guys was a good timing. We could really use the help. No problemo. Teamwork makes the dream work, doesn't it? The military factory is that away, huh? Yeah, let's get moving. Schmovin we shall. So King Lion Sword, Survival Vest, Buffalo Lever. So ultimate gear, Parker, and Excel shoes. Dun, dun, dun.
まとめてぶっ潰す。
What actually stimmt? Was hier rein?
世話が焼けるな。 癒されるね。
Hey, es hat einfach eine schöne CP-Battery.
私の番です。アークス駆動。
俺の番だな。せい。
やあ。良いデータが取れました。
よし。や。
Also ich muss mal gucken, mit was für Masterkurs die halt reinkommen. Zwecks Leveln. Beowulf und Caliburn. Beowulf kannst du gerne nutzen und Caliburn wäre was anderes Schönes. Das Möbius. CP. Noch im Soleil. Kannst du Curious nehmen.
強敵だな。注意しないと。
So.
盛り上げていくよ。
Ah, er ist nicht komplett gescannt. So. Haben wir nochmal eine Zero Order? Das heißt nochmal ein Sheriff Smile. So. Dann stimmen wir schon. Dann Control nächste anderen zeigen lassen. Das ist noch gleich noch, was das jetzt? Let's book it before they do. Gut, dann kommen wir nicht darüber.
Ja! かかってこい! Yoshi!
行きます。行きます。はー。
行くよ。アディオス。いい夢を。
えい。と。宝箱が。
危険度大。要注意です。
Das können wir ignorieren.
Ja, ha.
So, underground freight
う
line.
まく裏をかけたみたいだね。
ええ。このまま北に行けば軍需工場のホームに着くはずです。見つからないように気をつけていきましょう。
So, hier wäre jetzt der Punkt, wo wir theoretisch bei Lloyd in die Second visit Reverie Corridor kommen. Das werden wir uns für gleich ein paar und später aufheben. Und ich werde auch gleich switchen aus Gründen. Weil ich nicht weiß, was da genau auf mich zukommt. So, ich muss ein Auge aufhalten für noch nicht. Da.
ついてるな。ち、面倒そうな相手だぜ。よし。
Genau. Gleich mal dann nach dem nächsten Storypunkt werde ich rüber nämlich zu C switchen, weil wir dann zum Punkt kommen, wo wir dann zwischen den Routes hin und her springen werden die ganze Zeit. Dementsprechend ist es angenehmer, wenn ich dann mit C auch dahin komme, wo wir auch dann zum großen Rumgeswitch kommen. It's so bright. Took us a while, but we are finally here. The Rainford Military Factory. Factory is huge. No doubt it was built to manufacture all kinds of weapons. From what I've heard, it was primarily used to build battle tanks and airship road and soul soldads. They were still produced here though, just not as the main thing. Should be able to find evidence of the Black Workshop's influence inside. Maybe this factory officially ceased production, but unofficially. Whoa. Something is still going on here, that's for sure. Frenzied Archaism, the Bestial. Oh, that's huge. What kind of archaism is that? Sure is a fast thing for its size. Be careful, it's a highly advanced machine. Get back here. Good Lord. Steel wires? And all the arrows? It's gotta be... These are... Oh, you're from class 7. That means it's invincible. If we work together, we can take it down. Disorder, of course. So, man kann das ein bisschen tricksen, um da ein bisschen damit die Disorder-Runde zu ballern. Das machen wir jetzt nämlich einfach ein paar Mal. Das ist so eine kleine Lloyd-Cheese-Thread.
行くよ。任せてよ。
請け負いました。元気出してか、プレジャースマイル。私の番です。ドライブ開始。私の番ね。光よ、受け取ってみんな。
そこだ、今だ。
続きます。それ。はい。
So.
参りましょうか。
これが僕らの力さ。
やよし。さあ、
Tiger charge.
とどめだ。今だ。
続きます。
そこだ、今だ。
続きます。行きます。ドライブ開始。ええ。ごめん、お願い。任せてください。
Oops. There you go.
カヨン天品がわかりました。お任せください。暗黒に舞う黒きさあ、お行きください。やあ。
俺の番だな。
Mama raising sun.
決める。た。ライジングサン。
はい。ドライブ開始。はい。暗黒に舞う黒きさあ、お行きください。それ。はい。あとはお願いします。
世話が焼けるな。避けられるか。セブンスジョック崩したよ。
速攻ですわ。
俺の番だな。
はい。暗黒に舞う黒きさあ、お行きください。
I'm down.
それでは皆様、先を急ぎましょう。
よし、やった。
まあ当然の結果か。
It sure wasn't easy. How's everybody holding up? Fine enough, but I'm not sure that would be the case if not for Sharon and Lisa's timely arrival. You're both real lifesavers. Yeah, I take that. You sure weren't expecting to bump into anyone here, but even if I knew you'd make it out of the city, seeing you in person gives me a peace of mind. Could say the same about you. So I'm guessing you're also conducting some kind of private investigation? Just the two of you? I seem to recall there were others from force in the city. Two others, yes, but we were separated when making our escape. That's unfortunate. Same thing happened to me and Tita. Sure hope Inspector Toa's alright. Inspector Regnitz too. We tried to look into developments at the Rheinford Company while attempting to ascertain their whereabouts. That led us to learn that information connected to the new Salvador darts was here in this very factory. I'd assume we're all here for the same reason. We are, and judging by that archaism we just took out, I'd say we hit pay dirt. Our enemies wouldn't have anything of that size or strength guarding the place if there was nothing to be found. Please be alright, Mom. Ain't a minute to waste. Let's get our asses inside. Right, we need to know far more about what we are dealing with if we ever hope to liberate Crossbill again.
もちろん私たちも手伝わせてください。マキアスやトワ先輩、帝国にいるリーンや みんなの分も力にならせていただきます。
Sehr schön.
これ以上攻防の技術を悪用させない後始末は必ずつけてみせます。 RF 関係者として、何よりもフランツ・ラインフォルトの娘として。
Couldn't ask for a better shoulder to lean on right now. Absolutely.
私も誠心誠意尽くさせていただきますわ。第6中が関わっているとしたら、元執行者としても見逃せませんし。
Enough for you to say, but you're more Sharon to us now than you ever were among the enforcers. Spirit isn't yours alone.
こちらこそ、青の聖典、ヘミスフィア教。
This is great. So many on the case, our odds are going up and up. Couldn't ask for a better group for this, huh? Well, let's dive right in. And it isn't too far, I'll show you the way. Just keep in mind that you can never be too cautious once you're inside. The EDS probably swarmed the whole building. You be careful.
それにしても、今の人形兵器、かなりの高性能でしたね。
ああ、あれもこの場所で作られたみてえだが。
やはり結社の手が入っているのでしょう。それもおそらくは RF の敷地でこれ以上の勝手はさせないわ。
Gut. Dann gehen wir jetzt mal durch das Equipment hier durch. Galuda, Release, Nemesis Glove, Shade Boots. Ares. So. Genau, dann ist nämlich das als meine Main Party. Aber auch das so. Soll passen. So. Und dann machen wir hier den ersten Cut für den. Ich muss so sagen, meinen eigenen Cut jetzt so ein bisschen. Und wir gehen in die Reveries Route rein. Und schon noch hier switchen. So. Ja, stimmt. Wir waren ja auf The Argo. Das letzte Mal. March 17th, Midnight. Oh, mein Controller hat sich disconnected. Wahrscheinlich wegen Akku. Es kam eine Pflanze vorbei und... Und reconnected. Sehr schön. Hey, Jingo!
9バリの新規輸送サービス、高速艇アルゴー号のご利用、どうもな。子供が操縦してる。
大丈夫かこの飛行艇。
一応許可証は持ってるぞ。つうか、あんたらに言われてもな。保護者同伴でピクニックに行くガキ集団にしか見えねえぞ。
I'm with you too. Oh, dieses Anguck kann man sich das wirklich denken.
言えてるかも。しかし、保護者の方には驚いたぞ。まさか、正体不明のお客が、実は、あのルーファス元総督だったとはな。
Schön schon, wie auch dann ein ganz fetter Michi-Plush in der Mitte direkt da vorne sitzt.
ああ、今はルーファス新総統だっけ？
やれやれ。先ほどリーン君たちにも言ったが、新総統は私ではない。
それって。
ねえねえ、ルーファスって何？つまりこの人は本当は C じゃなくてルーファスって言うんだよ。ルーファス。
Wir kriegen den Score-Update.
C より可愛い。
Oder?
85点。おお、スーちゃんより高得点だね。
だから基準がわからん。
みんな知ってるってことはルーファス有名人なの？超有名人だよ。帝国四大名門の一つアルバレア家の長男にして測量時代のクロスベル初代総督。前の大戦では宰相と皇太子と一緒に戦争を先導して終戦後はその責任を問われて逮捕された。他にもいろいろ面白い噂があるけど一般的にはそのくらいかな。へえ、やっぱりナディアはいろんなことを知ってるね。
そういう担当ということかね。
まあね。
ナーディアのやつ、また変な挑発をしてないといいが。
Ist schon okay. Passt schon. Yeah, well, he's apparently not done making a name for himself. Because 3 days ago, he busted himself out of jail so he could lead a load of black-clad soldiers into Crossbow and occupy it again. Then he declared himself the new supreme leader and claimed he was carrying on the late Chancellor Osborne's will. You're saying that wasn't you? Yeah, hang on, you were in Crossbow yesterday and at noon today making statements. When did you have time to go to Heimdallr? He couldn't have been at his crossbow, like you said. He's been with us the entirety of today and yesterday. And that means... So there are 2 Rufus Arborius, or more like... one of you is a fraud? So it seems. I have an interest in making a public show of him being one, mind you. But I'm the genuine Rufus Arborea. On that you have my word. I guess I believe you. Even if Crossbow mistakes the other guy for the real deal, your brother'd be able to tell the difference. Can't say I even care, I'm just in for the mirror. Speaking of, I thought the Erebonia government seized all your assets. How are you gonna pay your fare? I've long kept my assets spread out in the event something like this were to happen. What the government sees is a mere fraction of what I own. You really do prepare for anything, huh? I swear we were duped into doing charity work for a sec. Well, we've come this far. I think it's about time you started filling in the blanks. About what, exactly? You. We don't plan to call things off just because we know who you are now, but you've got to admit that you're not an average guy. That means being around you is a huge risk on our part. I think you owe us a more thorough explanation of what you were up to before we met and what you're after now. It's the least you can do if you're going to keep working together. Very well, I intended to do as much from the very beginning anyway. We have to understand the full scale of our situation before we advance to the next stage. Uru's tone remained flat as he recounted recent events. It began late at night on March 14th when Orcs Fort in Kreuz and Prowitz fell under attack. That was the work of the Urban Defense Force, who were there to aid Crossbill Division of the Imperial Defense Force in their escape. Upon freeing the IDF from their underground cells, they continued on to another cell in the same fort, Rufus Arboreus. Their aim was not to free their former leader, but to assassinate him. Rufus deftly turned the tables against them while also managing to extract a wealth of information, even if their knowledge lacked the finer details. He learned that they had abducted Prince Olivier and would be executing a major operation in less than 24 hours. He also learned a small suitcase that the EDF wished to find with great urgency. Sensing trouble brewing the wake of Crossbow's operation, Rufus then resolved to escape to better assess the situation at hand. The next day, March 15, was no less eventful. An impostor using Rufus's name and face as his own stormed Crossbill's signing ceremony and declared it occupied once more. This information, paired with intelligence gathered to suggest further trouble brewing in Heimdall, helped the real Rufus ascertain his next objective. He issued a statement claiming to be the princess abducted to lure Class 7 to the Imperial capital. Following that, he set his sight on Oryx Canyon to take this enigmatic case the EDF were so desperately seeking. You know the rest, of course. Wow. You've been a busy boy, huh? I'd been caught up in yourself for the year. I had plenty of pent-up energy, eager to be spent. To continue, it's clear the actions of the EDF and my spurious self were bland to the latter. I imagine a multitude of events these past months have been part of their grand scheme, not just a recent attack on the city. The post-occupation, the occupiers electing to ignore my calls to surrender, and even the city's liberation a month ago. This fake Rufus pulling the strings here, you being around is only gonna be one big headache for him. Think it's possible you being locked up in the same place as the IDF was intentional? I would assume so. Everything about it, right down to my assassination attempt. And that in itself was just a small part of something much greater. Then what are you planning to do about it? You sound like you've got a pretty good idea of what you're up against. So what does the real Rufus want? I have two goals. The first is to eliminate the imposter who seeks to use my name for ill. Makes sense if it means them being around eagles people trying to kill you. The second is to settle past that. Oh? Crossbill's current status traces its origins to the war that ended not long ago. I, the primary member of the Ironbloods, was one of two who led the charge in that war, the other being the very man whom I revered as a father, the late Chancellor. Having made this mess, it falls to me to clean it up. The Ironbloods are an awfully oil bunch. I also feel a certain degree of responsibility toward Crossbill as its former Governor-General. I see if I got my head around this. In short, you want to rectify Crossbill's situation and fix whatever's going on in Erebonia. That sums it up, right? That would be the end result, yes. You know, there's a lot to expect for people to pull off. That's why I never specified it being us to achieve that end result. There's no reason it has to be us who faces our enemies. Confronting evil and overcoming it with the heart and willpower is best suited to heroes, not villains like myself. Like Green and his friends, who we fought earlier, and the SSS counterparts in Crossbow. No need to imitate what they have perfected. Works for me. Doesn't feel like our style. What we can do is learn the truth behind these myriad occurrences in our own way. And we can start with the very valuable clue we happen to have in our possession. Huh? What is it? Why are you staring at me? You're just so cute that we can't help ourselves. Oh, really? I see, that makes perfect sense. To admire this destiny of a masterpiece, gaze upon me to your heart's content. Ich fand schon, wie Nadja eigentlich die ganze Zeit nur an der Nase herumführt. Es ist schon sehr schön anzusehen. It's hard for me to picture a doll being the key to unraveling all what's going on. It's 3:30 a.m. And sure, not remembering anything makes it that much harder. Got any plans for dragging that one, boss? I just happen to have a question for you two regarding that very issue. Jörg Rosenberg was the manufacturer and the man who requested that she be delivered to me. Well, technically, yeah. Now that Bergenheim is done, I was hoping to visit him in person. But your hesitant response tells me that may not be possible. There's something befallen him. No, he's fine, it's just not much would be gained by going to see him. He's the one who gave us the job, but he specified that he was just an intermediary. My guess is that whoever had him give us the job was also the one who got him to make her. Mainly because he didn't seem to know much more than we do right now. I see, then our only choice is to aid her in recovering her memories after all. I assume you don't know where you were originally grafted? Which I did, but I'm afraid not. We've got a place we can start at least. Jörg didn't directly deliver the case to us. He said to pick it up from the Moon Temple. Must have hidden it there before hightailing it out of Grospel. It'd be safe bet to say she was made there or close to there. Almost certainly the Rosenberg studio on Mainz mountain path then. Sounds about right. We passed it on the way to the temple, but didn't go inside. Wise decision. If the maze did the case elsewhere, then the studio has been compromised in some manner, I'm sure. I still do not know if our memory loss was unintended or deliberate. But danger or no, it's possible that we'll find something to ease the current predicament. So you know where we're going then? Our course was always going to lead to Crossbow. The timing is apt. May as well go now. But how are we gonna get in when the borders are so well protected? Fear not, for I have a plan that will require some preparation. I need your participation in order for it to work, but the details can wait. For now, rest well, children. Rufus Roddick, free, light in the dark. I was getting too sleepy while I talk, but I feel wide awake now. Perhaps I'll to the ship and see what everyone's up to. So. Dann reden wir doch mal mit Nadia ins Bin. Hey, Davis. Is she asleep? Sure is. It's a shame. I wanted to play with her. So disappointed, but let her rest, okay? She always wants to sleep, so this day has been a long, rough one for her. Does she normally sleep a lot? I mean, ja, sie muss ja immer noch ein Jahr lang von Schlaf nachholen. That's an understatement. She spends most of our off days out like a light. She's even fallen asleep in the middle of combat. She ever been to a doctor to fix it? Oh no, she's not sick, just very laid back. It makes life a real pain sometimes though, let me tell you. I'm sure it does. But she's my partner, and there's no one else I'd rather depend on when it counts. Besides, I swore to protect her in her brother's place. I intend to honor that for the rest of my life. Are you and your brother different or the same? Finding hard to wrap my mind around the idea of siblings. Let me put it like this. How would you feel if Jörg Rosenberg were to make another doll exactly like you? If they were exactly like me, then they would be perfect. Being blessed with more perfect things to admire is a good thing. Before the other doll wasn't as cute, pretty, strong, or emotive as you are. But if the others call them a failure. There's no such thing as a Rosenberg that's also a failure. But if by some chance this were to happen, I'd be very annoyed to hear others speaking of them that way. There you go then, that's how siblings are. I think Rufus would be annoyed if he heard something like that about his brother. That's who the boy we saw before us, right? Beats me, I don't know the first thing about what goes on in that guy's head. So, it's a mystery? Yeah. Anyway, should try and get some rest while you have the chance. Assuming dolls need rest anyway. Okay, Fängerswien. Also, anscheinend wird sie müde, also, ja.
私にもいたりするのかな
So. Jetzt kommt eine der geilsten Sachen in ganz Kiseki, und warum ich meine, dass Cerberus schon krass ist. Oder ist schon Antis, was Cerberus vielleicht später noch tun wird. Sagen wir es mal so. Well, if this is my littlest customer, you want something? I just felt an urge to the ship, and you're hardly big. I'm still bigger than you, and come to think of it, I haven't introduced myself to you yet now, have I? My name's Jingo. If there's anything you want your hands on, you just give me a holler. I'm Lapis. Nice to meet you, Lapis. By the way, you're not human, right? Yet I'm not. I'm a proud Rosenberg doll. Really? That's full of surprises. You don't look surprised to me. When you're in my line of work, you meet all kinds of folks. You're not the first unusual customer I've had. Sehr wahrscheinlich, ja. I'm not. Your job sounds very interesting. You know what else would be interesting? Moss? Could I use a Gatling gun for an arm or eyes that will let you shoot lasers out of them? I'll give you a pretty discount. You can do all of that? That'd be worth a shot. I agree that would be interesting, but none of it sounds as beautiful as my current design, so kindly pass. No, big. If you change your mind, you know where I am. Certainly do. Anyway, it's about time for Cerberus' lessons. Cerberus! What's this lesson about? Being the strongest guard dog around? Now I've got to know. What does that take? So I've made him help with cleaning and run my shop, but today he's getting pointers on flying this baby. He's gotta be able to navigate anything life throws at him, and that includes the steering wheel. Yep. Cerberus kriegt eine Jingo-Style-Flugausbildung. Und ja. Es wird das noch kommen, was ihr euch jetzt denkt, was noch kommen wird. Okay then, first I need you to plop yourself on top of my seat. Wait, is this gonna work? I guess as long as your front bras can reach your rear, it's all good. You can do this, Cerberus. Good boy. Hang on a minute. I was going to butt in at first, but I can't keep my mouth shut after what I just heard. Oh yeah, it's dead. Maybe the whole idea of trying to teach a dog to fly this airship? Still hearing what the problem is. What's he supposed to learn if he doesn't take the wheel? All of that is a problem. You're trying to make a dog transcend the limits of the canine species. Oh, come on. No, you're just exaggerating. But you're welcome to tune in on his lessons if you want. A part of what I said makes you think... I just had a dream and the whole airship fell out of the sky. Where are you, ass? Comfort me. Anyway, we are paying for this flight, so if you want to attempt the impossible, do it on your own time. I'd like to live for the landing, if you please. Oh, fine. You're one tough customer. Kerberos
は可愛いわね。後で撫でさせてもらおうかな。
Oh. Sorry, what was that? You're trying to say that I'm adorable, aren't you? But of course I am. I'm a Rosenberg doll. Don't worry, you're adorable too. Ich finde Lavis' Character überraschend erfrischend. Not gonna lie. Also mittlerweile, wir haben so viele Charaktere, die halt einfach so oft so ein bisschen so Serious Mode sind oder die halt schon sehr tief in diesem ganzen Dilemma drin stecken. Und Lavis ist halt einfach so, okay, sure. Ich spiele einfach mit. Das habe ich ein bisschen das Gefühl. Das ist so ein bisschen naiv. Was alright ist. Macht so ein paar funny Moments, weil es eine schöne Synergie mit Nadia hat. Aber ja, es sieht so einfach so wirklich so erfrischend naiv, unwissend und trotzdem irgendwie auch badass auf eine Art und Weise. Und trotzdem sehr self-confident.
残念ながらここは先約済みだ。寝るなら他の場所にしたまえ。
こんなところで寝たりなんかしないよ。
ならどうしてここに？
星が見たいから。ルーファスは？
少々夜風に当たりたくてね。
さっき聞き忘れたことがあるの。
何かね。
ルーファスが有名人なのは分かったけど、結局いい人なの？悪い人なの？
Ich glaube, wenn du die meisten zur Zeit fragen würdest, ein schlimmer Mann. Aber ja, ich sage mal so, Rufus kriegt seinen Redemption-Arc. Ich glaube, das ist klar, oder? Das ist nämlich auch schon meine, so, Rufus ist eigentlich so einer schon mit einem der wirklich, doch mit interessantesten Charakteren im Ganzen.
どちらかといえば極悪人だな。
Und ich mag es auch einfach, wie self-aware Rufus halt auch einfach echt ist, ne?
そんなに？
ああ。自分の目的のために何でも利用してきた。地位も名声も人の心も。騎士道精神と貴族の矜持は効率の前に捨て去り、道徳にも命にもさしたる価値を感じない。
それは今も？
ああ。今も現に目的のために君を利用している。スウィン君にナディア君のことも。それに先ほどデートで会った弟とその仲間たちもね。
それは確かに悪いこと。ルーファスはとても悪い人ね。
理解したようで何より。それで君はどうするつもりかね。
どうもしないよ。
なるほど。人形には善悪の区別はないということかな。
違うよ。ルーファスは私に責めてほしいの？それとも慰めてほしいの？
まさか。
じゃあどうもしない。ルーファスが有名人でも大貴族でも極悪人でもテロリストでもルーファスはルーファスだよ。
君の目には一体人間はどう映っているのかね。
Das ist auch eine sehr schöne Cutscene, by the way.
私にはまだよくわからない。でも善も悪も羊も生い立ちも何をしても何をしなくても何を持っていても何を持っていても
By the way, ich kann hier den Automode für das nicht
その
ausschalten.
人はその人だよ。理由なんていらないし、誰が認めても誰が認めなくてもそこは変わらない。
まるで超越しているような考え方だな。それとも機械知性ゆえの客観性かな。
わからないよ、そんなこと。だってそれが人間でしょ。
かもな。
だからルーファスはルーファスだよ。
かもな。私は
Das meine ich auch. Lab ist ein sehr erfrischender Charakter.
自分の人生に意味を探し始めたのは。
Ja, endlich mal okay, Automode. Nee, das ist auch so eine schöne, eigentlich eine schöne Cutscene gerade. Weil einfach so Lab ist, die halt kein Mensch ist und Rufus gerade so ein bisschen darüber philosophieren, was das heißt, Mensch zu sein. Ist ja schön. Und auch genau aus dem Aspekt oder aus dem Sinne halt auch. Aber es ist ein sehr erfrischender Charakter. Vor allem this late in the game auf jeden Fall. Auch wenn wir schon so ähnliche Momente mit Altina und mit ihm hatten, not gonna lie, also vor allem auch mit Altina. Aber Labitz macht das nochmal auf einem ganz anderen Level. Muss ich sagen.
不義の生まれとして生を受け、それを知りながらも実子とした父。 一方で実の息子でありながら平民の血が流れているというだけで遠ざけられた弟。それを知った時に理解した。私は私ではなく、ただの記号として公爵家を飾っているだけだと。ああ、なんと醜く、なんと耐え難い。
Und ich muss schon sagen, der Vater von Juices and Rufus ist so ein Arschloch, Alter.
自分はそんなくだらないもののためにここに存在しているのか。認めない。認めるわけにはいかない。だが否定しようとしてふと気づいた。だったら私は一体何のためにここに。そんな時だった。彼に、人は自分に欠けているものを探し求めるというが、ならば私はまさに真の父というものを彼に求めていたのだろう。いつか父を乗り越える。そうなって初めて私は自分の存在意義を見つけられる。そんな確信があった。後の人生はただそれだけを目標としてきた。どんな努力もしてきたし、どんな手段も厭わなかった。それでも届かなかった。勝利できる条件を多くかき集め、確実な道筋を必死に組み立て、その上で無様に敗北した。不遇な環境にいながら、それでも正しく強く成長した弟とその仲間たちに。
Und das aber auch nur aufgrund seiner Erfahrung in Klasse 7, to be honest.
正直羨ましかった。所詮偽物の自分は本物にはなれず、本物の何かを手に入れることもできないということだ。笑ってしまう。結局私はなぜここにいて、何のために生き、そして何者なんだろ
ルーファスはルーファスだよ。何をしても何をしなくても、何を持っていても何を持っていなくても、その人はその人だよ。だってそれが人間でしょ。
たわごとだな。こんなところでは寝ないのではなかったかね。人形に風邪をひく機能があるかどうかはわからないが、今宵の星見はここまでとしよう。
Adorable. Ich muss sagen, ich mag auch den Twist sehr, dass man in Reverie eigentlich als einen der Antagonisten spielt, als einer der Main-Gruppe. Es ist so schön, es gibt so eine schöne Perspektive. Und vor allem auch mal, es ist mal auch was anderes, als wie immer sozusagen die Heldengruppe zu spielen, die so immer so im Zentrum von allem ist. Dass du halt auch einfach mal eine Gruppe hast, die so einfach so halt eben nicht Zentrum ist, so ein bisschen im Hintergrund operiert und halt auch einfach so primär aus eigentlich Antagonisten besteht. Sven und Nadia eigentlich ja genauso mit ihrem Background. Are you prepared? Ready to go anytime? Here you go, that is stuff I'm not really preparing for, but I give my best. Andres will be best served if you say nothing at all. Yeah. Okay then, I'm gonna make a landing. What? Are you first to be here? Your Excellency! What's the meaning of this? Stand in presence of our supreme leader. Inform you in advance of our arrival. Why are we not already in waiting? No odious apologies. Doesn't need to be so great a rush. They're a good man. This airport has only been under their jurisdiction for a few days, so it takes time to adjust to new responsibilities. Merciful, Your Excellency. You ready a car for you at once? No need, I've arranged one personally, so remain here and continue your duties. Yes, Your Excellency. What a bizarre experience. Not everyone gets to be their own imposter. Das ist auch sehr true. Wir spielen Imposter für den Imposter, was halt auch. It's hilarious. Good on you. Good on your thinking, boss. Well, I wasn't lying about them being good. It won't be long before they learn the truth from their superiors and come after us. We shouldn't remain in the city any longer than is needed. Can't hurt us go by the place first, though, right? Suppose. We have to make it a brief tour before continuing on for Mayan's mountain path. Does part of scoping out mean inspecting all the restaurants? That's gonna have to wait till next time. Alright, I got stuff from Jingo. What is it? A farewell gift, apparently. Oh, yeah. What does she think we're off on a picnic or something? What's a picnic? Yeah, too darn cute, LP. No point looking a gift horse in the mouth. Let's use it. We'll look like tourists or something. Good for camo. Indeed, I'll leave its use to your discretion. Just try not to stand out too much. Got it. It might be nice to take a breather every now and again. Rufus now in stealth mode. Rufus will move about the city in stealth mode due to the ramp that is functionality. Know that when Rufus is partied in town, he cannot be seen by others or use shops. Deswegen spielen wir Innocent Nadia. So. Ich glaube, es nicht passen, ja. Ich glaube, die paar als Eingangsparty, die ich so ein bisschen richtig gebastelt habe. Obwohl, hier müsste ich mal ein Slide Improvement machen. Oh, wait. Ja, doch, ja, habe ich. Passt. Nee, dann passt. Ich war gerade ein bisschen verwirrt. Dann gucken wir, was wir alles so machen können. So. Dann Was ist denn eure Blase?
それでどこから調べるの？あっちの行政区ってところに行ってみる？そっちは新総統が出入りしてそう。でも逆にいい情報が得られるかもね。
情報収集は時に大胆にかさすがによくわかっている。
まあタイミングを見て行ってみるか。
Gut. Gucken wir mal, wie es Sven hier geht. Oh, it's not often you have kids your age coming in by themselves. Just between you and me, if you're the good kids, I think you should stay home, I'd say right now. I don't know what the deal is with the Rufus guy's speech. They keep playing on the monitor cars around town, but they seem to be brainwashing people into following his every word. Be careful. Anyway, if your kids get into any trouble, I try to help you as best as I can. I know some good people, and I'm sure we can find a way to help you, even if you have to keep it on the down low. My, how generous, we keep that in mind. It's friendly, isn't she? And well can act if she knows people who are working underground. Oh. So, Slots waren hier auch okay. Was hab ich eigentlich gerade noch für Faceplates rumliegen? Ich muss sagen, die eigenen Faceplates sehen schon sehr cool aus. Gut. So, wir können die Cosplay Time mit Special Issues kaufen. Theoretisch. Können wir mal reinlesen, haben wir schon sehr lange keine Crossword Times oder sowas gelesen. Aber wo kriege ich die Imperial Chronicle Special Issue her? Weil die theoretisch halt ein bisschen weiter oben steht, deswegen muss ich gerade mal gucken. Steht theoretisch irgendwo übersehen. Daydream Episodes, Minigames, Character Notes, Fishing. List? Nee. Er hat keine Buckeliste drin in dem Guide, wenn ich es richtig sehe. Ich weiß jetzt aber nicht, wo ich die Imperial Chronicles hätte übersehen können. Wir lesen uns einfach mal beide durch, so. Weil es ja theoretisch hier vorher kommt. Obwohl, haben wir sie nicht... Ja, egal. Was ist Sekt 1? Was ist Sekt 1? Was ist Sekt 1 bei Reenroad? Ich habe nicht im Kopf, ob wir das gelesen haben oder nicht. Wir lesen einfach durch. International Crossbows retaken by former Governor General. On March 15th in the afternoon, the signing ceremony marking Crossbows' official transition back to an autonomous state was disrupted by a group of armed soldiers within a matter of hours. The attackers claimed the entire territory, shocking the public across the continent. Bringing the former Governor General Rufus Alberea, based on footage taken at the scene, the insurrection was led by Crossbows' former Governor General Rufus Alberea, previously thought to be imprisoned. Soldiers themselves, clad in black, are believed to be the remnants of the Imperial Defense Force who illegally occupied Crossbow City after the end of the Great War. Along with the Governor General, they previously had also been confined in Orc's Fort. The information obtained by the Imperial Chronicle was read late at night on March 14th. The fort was besieged by unknown forces, allowing Rufus Alberea and the Imperial Defense members to escape together. The fact that Crossbow was subsequently attacked and captured in the span of just half a day suggests that the armed takeover was both premeditated and highly organized. Declaration of the United Nations. Outside communications to Crossbow were cut off in the aftermath of the assault. Prior to the blackout, former Governor General Rufus Alberea declared himself to be the new head of Crossbow, its supreme leader, announcing the establishment of the United Nations of Crossbow. As of press time, the motive behind the uprising and its connection to the deceased Chancellor Osborne remain uncertain. Erebonia government denies involvement. Upon hearing news of the incident, Carl Ragnus, operational head of the Erebonia government, hurried to make a statement on the matter. Though he acknowledged that security at Oxford had proven to be insufficient, he firmly declared that the Imperial government had no involvement with Rufus Alberea's initiative and that the occupation was both unjust and illegal. With the memory of the Great War still weighing heavily on the minds of the international community, well-informed sources contend that the Erebonia government is not in a position to directly intervene, and that navigating the politics of the situation will prove difficult for the country's leadership. Society. Economic activity across Erebonia is stabilizing. The chaos of post-war events combined with significant reparations paid to the Republic of Calvard has seen economic activity across all parts of the Empire decline. Nevertheless, some select regions have begun to show signs of recovery thanks to the combined efforts of the central government and the four great houses, who are working closely to stimulate trade and the flow of goods throughout the nation. One economist, when asked to comment on the Imperial Chronicle, remarked, "At this stage, the country is pivoting away from a wartime economy. It'll take some time before it's achieved a complete recovery." Military affairs. 2 army divisions dissolved. In accordance with the ceasefire signed by the Empire, the Imperial Army will enter Phase 3 of its drawdown. As part of those efforts, the newly formed 21st and 24th Divisions will be disbanded. Their members integrated into other divisions. Doing so will reduce Erebonia's military strength to a degree below where it was before enacting the National Mobilization Law. Though members of the manufacturing sectors are pleased about its implications in mitigating its ongoing labor shortage, some members of the armed forces have voiced disapproval. Furthermore, General Van Dyke officially announced yesterday his intention to resume his retirement once the drawdown in the chain of command restructuring are complete. International. Calvardian president approval ratings remain high. The popularity of new Calvardian President Roy Gramhart appears to have risen even higher after passing the massive war reparations received from the Empire early in his term onto citizens. The president, who took office at the beginning of the year, had already enjoyed great support from the populace for taking firm stance toward the Empire prior to his inauguration. It appears to have already been the approval record maintained by his predecessor, Samuel Rocksmith. Some political analysts remain skeptical of his long-term prospects, however, believing such an impromptu stimulus to be a short-sighted decision that will do little to maintain the long-term stability of his administration. Culture. Gourmet tourism possibly on rise again. After being recently featured again in popular magazines and other publications, the concept of gourmet tourism, where travelers venture across multiple regional spots renowned for their cuisine, has gained renewed attention. In particular, young travelers are turning out more than ever to eat their way through Lemuria one place at a time. Also wie Miriam oder Nadia oder Labes. The impetus for this development lies in local tourism industry efforts to attract new visitors, which diminished as a result of the war. This led individual outlets to develop new menus in response, notably with a focus on limited time offerings. Readers who are interested in tasting them are therefore advised to do so sooner rather than later, lest such delicacy vanish for good. Crossbill Times Special Issue, the United Nations, Crossbill's new system of governance. 4 days have passed since the signing ceremony, and the time Crossbill's political situation has shifted dramatically. Although communications and the flow of goods remain disrupted, we at Crossbill Times would like to take this opportunity to better inform readers about what is taking place, using information as verifiably accurate as possible under current conditions. The new Center of Government. After declaring the establishment of the United Nations of Crossbill at a signing ceremony, a new government has assumed control of the region. Therefore, it is led by Supreme Leader Rufus Arborea, who previously occupied the seat of Governor General for 2 years. A sudden re-emergence has come as a shock to citizens, as have some of the central figures in his new administration. Chief among them is Tito Kra, Crossbill's one-time former president who led his previous independence bid. Joining him are Garcia Rossi, the former head of mafia syndicate Reverie, which previously controlled half of Crossbill's city's underworld, and the renowned dancer Ilia Blatier, dressed in something far more sinister than her usual arc-en-ciel attire. Myriad questions persist surrounding the circumstances of this patchwork of figures standing shoulder to shoulder with the Supreme Leader. When and how did Cora and Rossi emerge from their imprisonment? Likewise, the exact identity of the masked, armored figure lurking among them is still under investigation here at the Crossbill Times. Legislature is suspended. Yesterday, the new government announced that it would be officially suspending the authority of the provincial legislature, arguing that with over half of its members missing, including Speaker McDowell, the body effectively could not function. With central authority is now in full command of all governmental authority, it remains to be seen what, if any, power the legislature has left. Similarly, the day after the aborted signing ceremony, the Crossbill police and guardian force were also suspended on a semi-permanent basis, putting the new administration in effective control of Crossbill for all intents and purposes. State of alert to persist. As of the signing ceremony, the entirety of Crossbill remains on high alert. City's institutions, as well as St. Ursula Medical College, continue to operate, though Michelin is closed to the public. By extension, the new government has stationed security forces, officially referred to as the Urban Defense Force, at critical points around the region. Anonymously, Zaubersoldaten have also been seen operating among them. Was auch schon wieder sehr sass ist, dass Michelin schon wieder geschlossen ist. Wollte ich mal so einfach mal reinschmeißen. According to the government's public relations department, the ADF is the most elite unit. Its members highly trained and outfitted with the latest equipment to perform their duties. The Helmut, regarded as the latest Tausoldat model, is alleged to boast vastly superior power output and endurance compared to the traditional Zorge and Malgia models, as well as individual firepower several orders of magnitude higher than that seen in the Imperial Army's Panzersoldat units. Such posturing could signal that the government is guarding against possible military interference from both the Erebonia Empire and the Republic of Calvard. Some sources additionally indicate that in neighboring regions outside of Crossbill City, intermittent resistance efforts against the new government are underway. Among them are rumored to be remnants of the officially dismantled Guardian Force. Ja gut, würde mich nicht wundern, wenn Dudley, Sergei, Sonja und Mireille noch irgendwie selber was machen als Resistenz. Citizens' reaction. Though some correspondents have criticized the way in which the United Nations government took power, a surprising majority appear to accept the new administration. Many citizens also expressed support of the government's proposed political course of action moving forward, perhaps due to their long-suppressed dreams of independence reaching a fever pitch at last. Oops. Partly as a result of this support, the turmoil that was expected to arise as a result of the traumatic takeover has been better contained than initially anticipated. Furthermore, as the state of alert remains in effect, a communications blackout continues to be enforced across the entire region, making it impossible to ascertain the current state of affairs in the outside world. Even so, one of our reporters who left Crossbill immediately prior to the signing ceremony is believed to still be carrying out her journalistic duties from abroad. Once we manage to re-establish contact with her, we'll be sure to give our readers the latest news about what's happening internationally. Special Support Section remains missing. As for the Special Support Section and their cohorts, we were last seen resisting Supreme Leader Rufus' uprising at the signing ceremony. The whereabouts have yet to be ascertained. the circumstances that bear a great resemblance to the independence bid made 2 years ago. All eyes are on them, both citizen and government alike, waiting for them to make their next move. The cross of times will report on their movements as such information becomes available. Schon sehr interessant, wie sie so hinterher sind bei uns. Muss mal gucken, ne? Die haben wir eigentlich alle gehabt. Ich glaube, Moonless Morn ist komplett neu. Ich denke mal, das ist die Novel, die wir dann für dieses Mal hier lesen werden. So, ansonsten die Shops hatten wir uns eigentlich schon mal angeguckt. Dementsprechend soll es nichts groß Neues geben. Hier geht's Mimi und Kappe. Oh, are you worried about me? It's okay, Days at work and Mommy's in Michelin, so she can't come home yet. I know it's scary since the city's acting all weird. You gotta keep tough though. Be as tough as can be. This isn't sad, just cause things are scary, right? So we can't get sad either. Let's give smiling, Kappe. Oh. So, können wir irgendwas bei der Runde uns gönnen? Da eigentlich überhaupt uns verkaufen? Naja. Eigentlich wurde ja mal gesagt, dass er eigentlich nur an die Polizei verkauft und alle, die mit ihnen halt nur in Vertrag sind, aber ne? Oh, this is precisely. And seeing as it appears to be vacant, we'd best be on our way. Alright. Dann gehen wir mal zur West Street.
お前らやっぱり程度ではほとんどサボってただろう。
めんどくさいな。
Man kann hier sich hier eine Recipe holen. Ah, the bread smells so yummy. That's a pretty discerning nose you've got, little lady. You only sell the best bread in town. If you have a look around, I promise you like what you see. It's our bread and butter, literally. Everyone needs good food to keep their spirits up, especially at times like these. I got some bread to go. Please, Nadia. Pretty please. Why not? What's that pitch black stuff over there? Oh, it's our latest. Bennett baked it herself. She made a dough from scratch. It's really good, despite appearances. Just wish I could say the same about her attitude, lady. I try not to worry about it, but she hasn't made it easy. Well, if her bread is good, then I say we have to try it. Oh, true, remember we didn't come to Grosper to eat pastries. We're getting distracted. Yep. Das ist Devil's Food Corner, was wir theoretisch kriegen könnten. Wenn wir mit Shotgun mal reden. I'm glad people seem to be taking to my new chocolate bread recipe. Not I'm surprised. I was praying for everyone to have a safe future as I baked, so I'd like to think that came through. Oh, if you're wondering why it's pitch black, that's because the color is inspired by the Supreme Leader and the Duscan Dancer. I hope and pray with all of my heart that the United Nation of Crossbow will become a tranquil country. Just a minute, is she? Yeah, this must be the brainwashing at work. It's taking hold of so much of the populace. Why, Bennett? No, not you too. Wie sieht's aus mit der JSSS? What's going on? Was was totally against the Supreme Leader this whole thing, when suddenly he changed his mind out of nowhere. I brought the same thing. Could it be brainwashing? I mean, Daddy has been acting weird too. Are you gonna start acting like that? I don't know. Just make sure not to listen to the Supreme Leader. Yeah. Clever children. Clever indeed. Können wir uns bei Junas Familie mal reingehen? Oh ja, können wir so recht. So boring around here now that city's been occupied again. Yeah, it just goes on and on about the supreme leader. It stinks. Who is she and where did she come from? Oh, you're all dressed like a doll and your hair is super fluffy and really cute. My, what good taste you have. I am Rosenberg's studious masterwork doll after all. Where's my war? Huh? Oh, really? Listen, I know they're just children, but you shouldn't blow your cover so easily. Sorry about it too. Our little friend likes to tease a lot. Don't take her seriously. Oh, really? It was just a joke? No, I'm confused. Swear all I do lately is sigh and sigh, no matter how worrying things might get. Keep going on like this, darn it. I'm sure Matthew is trying his hardest to make the best of things, or in Michelin too. I heard about Juna, but I know she's doing what she can with her teacher and the classmates to set things right. Got to pull myself together. I need to stay positive for Ken and Anna's sake. Good luck with that. So. Okay, hier gibt es keine Menschen. Dann gehen wir mal rüber zu East Street. Natürlich im besten Fall direkt zu Name Valley. You folks look like you have some pretty interesting stories. Don't get your panties in a rise, I'm not gonna brag. Got enough going on in my life. You four can have a look around. Did she say 4? Peter, get me down. Guess it's so late for that. Who do you think you're fooling? I must feel bad for you. That was your idea of being subtle, and I don't see you getting very far. He's really tearing into us. Well, now that I think about it, did the sign on the storefront say... Correct, this is Naimari's main store. Jingo would be her daughter. Naimari is one of a few businesses that caught my attention. As Governor General, it certainly seems to have its uses. And here you are, still covering your rear end. You're a real piece of work. What are you guys talking about? Someone explain it to me. We all knock it off with all the whispering. Wrap it up. I'm trying to run a business here. I will buy something or get out. Yes, ma'am. Choose a point. Stores like this are more of our style. We should probably stock up while we're here. So. Was haben wir eigentlich gerade zum Traden da? Ich würde mir eigentlich gerne noch mehr von den hier gönnen. Actually, ja, komm. Actually, ja, komm. So. So. Ja, man kann von ihr auch dem Mandy Munches Pancakes gönnen. Ist da irgendwie Trades drin? Ich weiß nicht, wo das bei ihr herkommt. Exchange? Ne, ist einfach mal für Sapphire. Also ja, man kann das von hier an sich irgendwie Calvard raiden gerade. Ich kann auch mal meins dafür traden. Ich habe nicht mehr viel Geld übrig. Achso, es ist, kann man sich holen. Es ist eine Curio. Okay, fair enough. Ich sollte mal weiterlesen. So, dann können wir mal in die Verschwindungsgitter. Wir können auch mal in die Razor-Gitter reingucken. Notice of suspending operations. The crossbow branch will temporarily close until further notice. Figured to be closed. Yes, did I? Sure, its members will still be keeping themselves plenty occupied, however. Ah, there's one enormous picture of a fish. What exactly is it, and why do they have it hanging here like it's such a big deal? It must be what you call a fish print. It is pretty impressive to look at, I've got to admit. Oh, you learn something new every day. It's essentially a way to leave an imprint of a fish you caught on paper. It's our first time seeing one up close as well. Given its prominence, I think it's safe to assume this must be a fishing shop. Oh, that's right. Didn't you guys just start learning how to fish? I never realized it was possible to catch a fish this big. How cool. Do you think I could learn how to fish? I'd love to give it a try. Ich finde es ja interessant, wie sich Lapis in Rufus spiegelt. I don't know, you're pretty tiny, LP. Some of those big catches might give you a hard time out there. Sagst du, während sie so eine fette Axt rumschwenkt, aber alright. I wouldn't quit your day job if you ask me. The fish would be the ones reading you in. Oh, come on. You guys know full well how strong I am. I can handle a fish that big, no problem. You'll see. Oh, I've got customers. And they don't argue with the fence hose. Here, it's a relief. You folks are pretty young, but I can tell the two of you on the back have got a seal for fishing, eh? Truth be told, the Fisherman's Guild has a lot going on right now. Hate to say it, but we ain't in active operation right now. In fact, all of our members got separated. I managed to make it back here in one piece, but as for the others, well, so can't just leave a couple of fervid fellow fisherers out to dry when they've gotten to the trouble of coming out of here. Tell you what, I'll go ahead and sell your kids' fishing equipment if you need anything. Let me know and I'll hook you up. Oh, that's so kind of you, sir. Thanks so much. Sounds like you've really been through the ringer lately, huh? If you don't mind it, I think we'll take some time and look around for a while. I think you don't mind anyway. But you see, this guy could be a source of some very big intel. Not all, I say that's a perfectly wise decision. Unindoctrinated civilians appear to be few and far between these days. The more we can use to our advantage, the better. Good. But I'm okay for a while, so this whole deal is rubbing me the wrong way now that I'm seeing it for myself. Oh, everyone has been welcoming the EDF goons with all bananas. What's going on here? It only makes it easier for them to focus on catching rebels and flood the city. They're making the city boss no easy feat, let me tell you. Maybe about the other members are holding up. It could be anywhere. It's not good. You think they're keeping a close eye on all the exits out of town? They do seem to be concerned about the mountain path at least, but we should still be careful. Okay, ich habe eigentlich schon ziemlich alles schon, was man kriegen kann. Achso, warte mal, wir sind ja auch gerade in Act 3, ne? Ich könnte Blumale was? Achso, Very Corridor Third Visit, Act 4. Okay. Beziehungsweise ich kann ihn glaube mittlerweile jederzeit catchen, einfach weil meine Very Corridor eh im Post-Game-Status. Gut. Dann Harbor District. Wir müssen vorstellen für Fishing Spot, of course. On the Crossbow News Service. Here are my Marines. Man, Supreme Leader really something else? What is speech? That's right, you should write all about his glory. I plan to. Who is? Just a kid. Yeah, it's dangerous out here, you should stay inside. You know that, thanks for the tip. Bei Reigns ist immer eine Frage, spielt er nur mit oder wurde er auch gebrainwashed? Yeah, I think McDowell is staying in America with a few other allies. Speaking of McDowell is there and doing well, we should make a full recovery. Oh, it's a relief. I wish you could report any of this, but the damn Urban Defense Force is breathing down our necks. It's like we're under Imperial rule again. This actually, if everyone acting out of their minds. I'm sick and tired of having my article about Crossbow becoming independent. In the same sense, even from all the way in America, just how badly Rufus Alvarez has the people wrapped around his finger. They ignore the similarity to what the curse was doing to people last year. I bet we would have a few answers. Anyway, thanks for dropping by, Rex. It's good to talk with someone who's still has their head on their shoulders. No problem, I'm your man. Okay. So, und die IBC is closed. Nur dann, Administrative District. Oh, und gleich, ja. Ja. Gleich kommt mein Lieblingspairing zustande. Gleich kommt mein Lieblingspairing zustande. So that's the Supreme Leader, huh? From distance, he really does look exactly like our Rufus. Other than his haircut, we'd struggle to tell them apart. Sure, this is our car blown. Isn't he one of Favor's top brass? He can't take any chances, he must move at once. Think you're good now? Should be able to get to the entertainment district up ahead now. Just me or are there lots of people here? It isn't just you, we have to take proper precaution. Oh, some crowd, huh? You must be watching whatever's on the screen. It's a fake, boss. It appears to be a recording.
諸君も知っている通り、昨今の西ゼムリアは嘆かわしい状況の中にあると言えよう。ジュライとノーザンブリアでテロ行為が頻発し、一方でカルバードでも民族紛争の火種が残っている。大陸各地で人心がすさみ、安寧の日々はほど遠い。今こそ鉄血宰相ギリアス・オズボーンの思想を思い出す時なのだ。各地における数々の難題を解決できる唯一の手段、それは武力をもってのゼムリア大陸統一政府による資源の分配と管理、それなくして真の平和は永遠に訪れることはない。私ルーファス・アルバレアは必ずや偉大なる鉄血宰相の後継者として二大国を含めた大陸諸国の統一を成し遂げよう。これは恒久平和へと進むための人類の進歩と繁栄をかけた戦いである。各国には賛同と協力を求めるつもりだが、応じなければその傲慢の代償として裁きが下ることになるだろう。
This is just crazy. No two ways about it. And the boss is crazier for wanting to stop him. No two ways about it, times two. I take that as a compliment. What's he talking about? Anything as a whole? Forcing it through armed might is not better than terrorism. Good on cross balance for pushing back. I'm surprised. I figured I'd make a quick work with anyone speaking ill of him. Well, I guess the channel has changed. Ilya Bloody from Argon CL. This one looks like a live feed. He's right, if you just keep waiting for peace to happen, it will never come. Crossfist, the economic harvester Muria, our job is to lead and pave the way for the rest of the world. Maybe Supreme Leader Rufus has said rings true. Is there a symbol of hope for our future? Something about his people is making me uncomfortable. Say, Nadia? Rufus? Why are you just standing there? Hey, what of this? Let's go elsewhere, please. Rufus? Hey, Rufus, are you listening? Sven? Nadia? Why aren't you talking to me? Are you bullying me? Huh? Wait, Rufus? Nadia, Sven? What's going on? Ren! Finally. Still my most favorite character, and she is back. Oh, check out all the doors. It's a piece, far as the eye can see. I think you to remember that I'm a Rosenberg doll. I'm in a different league compared to these garden rarest specimen. Really? Oh, you're right. It's perfectly sculpted masterpieces. This perfectly sculpted masterpiece is unmistakably a Rosenberg. Oh, thanks. Now, would you prefer Angel of Slaughter or Ren Bride? Very an astute one, and you do not disappoint. Someone you know? Not on a personal level, no. But we are familiar with one another's backgrounds. You're associated with Jörg Rosenberg, if I'm not mistaken. She is. He did a lot for me in the past. I guess you're the same as us then. So it seems. My name is Ren Bright, and since fate has brought us together, I'd say we make the most of it. If you're a friend of the Maester, I suppose we're bound to meet eventually. My name is Sven. I have an idea. I have a feeling you and I are gonna be two peas in a pod. Oh, you definitely are. Du hast nicht nur das Gefühl, ihr seid es. Und deswegen mag ich dieses Pairing sehr. Die zwei sind sich echt sehr ähnlich. What a coincidence. I was just thinking the same. I totally have the same vibe. This would be heartwarming if it wasn't borderline chilling. Incidentally, if I may ask, since you're aware of her existence, might have heard something about her from the Maester? Not as much as you're likely hoping, I'm afraid. You contacted me a short while ago. All you mentioned is that she exists. You asked me to help her if she ever needed it. So you don't know anything about her background then? I'm afraid not. Sorry to disappoint you. Then our objective remains unchanged. We should make for Rosenberg's studio. Oh, that's where you're headed? Then might I join you? I haven't been here for some time, but it seems to have been occupied by someone exceptionally unpleasant. I was thinking of giving the place a little spring cleaning, but it's a bit too much for me to handle alone. And we would be glad to have you as our guide. I wonder what Jingo would say if she knew we'd added another kid to our picnicking group. Welcome to the Imperial Picnicking Front, Ren. Yep. That is not our name. Before we depart, there's one more thing we should confirm. Yeah, I don't want to run into trouble like we did earlier again. What did we witness in the entertainment district before you came to save us? It's a form of mind control employed by the Supreme Leader. Seriously? So he's brainwashing people? The principle is similar, but it works somewhat differently. It can be used across a wide area and the effects are cumulative. I was able to save you with Orbital Arts earlier because this effect hadn't fully set in yet. But the residents of Crossbill who have been exposed to it multiple times won't be as easy to save. The weapon bringing about this form of mind control is Ilya Bloody Stance. So it seems, although I still don't know exactly how it all works. But it has. Now the fallen Sun Princess casts shadows over everyone's hearts like that of an eclipse. So that's how they're able to keep the people in control despite how forcefully they took over Crossbell. I hope RX is okay. Ich glaube, ich meine Risha mit RX. Regardless, I think we've established it is not something we are capable of countering at present. Let's be off. P, time to Rousey. Just a minute. Yeah, don't hurry up. We're gonna sell you to the shop. Then we'll be stuck in this display case, unable to move, just like those dolls. There'll be no more walking, talking, or yummy desserts for you ever again. I'm coming, I'm coming. You big meanie.
ほうや、お客さんかい。これは奇妙な客じゃないかね。
Wait, when did you put it on? I thought it was broken. I always carry this bear. Of course he does. You arrived at just the right time. I'm about to get going. Thank you for taking care of me these past few days. Think nothing of the dearie. Head off with these people then. That's right. I can tell you for quite a hoot. Oh, no doubt. Stars above! Is he the old man made himself a new model? Just look at how expressive she is. This woman scares me. I'm glad you're able to tell she's a Rosenberg so quickly. I couldn't convince you to part with her, could I? I made more than worth your while, you're on credit. How much are we talking? Gosh, now I'm tempted. How could you think of selling me? You can drop the egg now, Nadia. I'm afraid she's not for sale, ma'am. We still have need of her ourselves. You see, it is a shame. Well, might as well still dance if you ever change your mind. Natürlich würde sie mehr sofort sie aufkaufen wollen. Time to make our way for the Mind Smart path. What a fun little gadget this is. Snagged one for yourself during last year's spider bargain, I'm guessing. Correct. You never miss a beat, do you? So, yeah, sorry. Obwohl, Sven ist gerade mein Dodge Tank. Sorry, Rufus. Obwohl ich alle die 5 Charaktere gerne in der Party habe, aber. Also, ne, in der Main Party habe, aber. Ren und Nadia muss einfach sein. Und jetzt hat gerade einfach mein Evade Tank. Und Labis ist Labis. Und Labis ist actually strong. Rufus hat auch. So, du kommst mit der Tanja. Komm, du kriegst Katze. Der wäre insufficient. Na, das können wir gleich noch ändern. So, was mich? Michelle Ribbon, ansonsten. Ja, nicht viel. Wait, warum sind meine Ren-Slots nicht gefüllt? Ich habe Ren immer reused. Das verwirrt mich gerade. Ren war meine Main-Party am Ende. Wieso hab ich... Warum hast du nicht geslottet? Egal. Achso, ich soll sie auch noch erstmal equippen, ne? So, Asian Scythe, Sailor Uniform. Du kriegst... Crater Locket Lower. Mit Aries Belt. Strength from Customize. Oh, ich kann noch eine Devoted Sphere basteln, macht aber halt nicht viel Sinn. Aber doch für die Devoted Aura. Here you go. Gut, damit haben wir das. Und dann gucken wir jetzt nochmal hier rein. Und brauchen wir Soul. Aber stimmt, ne, ich sollte erstmal lieber die Stream geben. Sie kriegt definitiv einen Deswegen Diablo Gem oder auch nicht. Da möchte ich traden, ne? So, man kann es, obwohl, ich kann dir einen neuen Gem geben, ich kann dir aber auch einfach einen anderen Gem dafür geben. Ja, kannst du mir mal den Scanner Gem nehmen. Kannst du noch Chrono Drive und Chrono Burst mit dazu. Dann nehme ich aber auch einen anderen Absorb. Warum den anderen Absorb? Da, geht's safe. Ja, passt. Jetzt haben wir 2 Nukes. Ups. Kannst du ja schon hier so nehmen, bitte. So. Ja, Mensch, Heavy. Gut. Sonst im Kill kann auch nicht mal viel machen, also gehen wir zum 1 machen, Bath. Oder? Actually, wenn ich gerade auf die Zeit gucke, meins bauen perfekt wir uns fürs nächste Mal auf. Die Zeit vergeht so schnell. Oh ja. Wir machen das beim nächsten Mal. Jetzt fehlen mir nur noch 4, Tio und Altina und dann ist eigentlich so. Perfekt. Das sind so meine Top 5 Characters, really. Oh ja. Ich hoffe, es hat euch gefallen. Lasst gerne Feedback und Support. Und ansonsten, wir sehen uns dann beim nächsten Mal. Wenn wir es aufmachen zu Rosenbergs, Rosenbergs Studio. Und ja, wenn die dann auch wieder ein bisschen mehr hin und her geswitcht haben zwischen den 2 Pfaden, zwischen Lloyd und Rivers. Dementsprechend, ich denke mal, wir werden die beiden Routes beim nächsten Mal abschließen. Bis dahin. Ciao. Bye bye.